In this video, we're going to talk about the art elements. I would like you to take these notes with me. After you're done, you can take a photo of the notes using a phone or the camera on your Chromebook, and then turn it in to the assignment in Google Classroom. You can do this by clicking on the button that says Add or Create. You'll need to have the file of the photo on the device where you access Google Classroom. Once you click on the button that says Add or Create, find your file and attach it. Then click on the button that says Mark as Done. Okay, so what are the elements of art? The elements of art are the building blocks of art. They're the things that we have to work with to create all works of art. When you make a work of art, you're using some or all of the elements. The first element of art is line. We all already know what line is. It's the most basic art element. Line can be 2D when it's just a mark on a paper, or line can be 3D when it's found in nature or in sculptures. There's a great variety of types of lines: straight lines, wavy lines, zigzag lines, scribbles, thin lines, thick lines, dark lines, light lines. We use this most basic art element to do a lot of different things in art. The second art element is shape. Shape is a flat area. It has length and width. That's it. Shape can either be geometric and have smooth edges and be more mathematical, or it can be more organic with edges that are more irregular and maybe more natural looking. Shape can be made by using different art elements. I can use outline to define a shape. I can fill an area with striped lines, or I can fill an area with scribbled lines as texture. The third art element is form. Form is a three-dimensional object, like this cube. Like shape, it has length and width, but it also has depth. A form is a solid object that takes up real three-dimensional space. Or it's the illusion of a three-dimensional object taking up the illusion of three-dimensional space. The fourth art element is value. Value is defined as the range of dark to light. A value scale, which I'm shading in now, shows that range from dark to light. On one side of the range, there's black. On the other, there's white. And in between, there's as many different grays as you can make. The fifth art element is color. The definition for color is a little bit difficult because it's kind of science-y, not very artsy. Basically, it has to do with how light is reflected off of objects and how we see that reflected light. In art, we think about three different aspects of color. The first is hue. That's basically the name of the color. It's how we distinguish colors that are different from other colors. Examples are colors like blue, yellow, and red, and how we see those as different from each other. The second aspect we think about with concern to color is a color's value. Colors have value too. Example, dark red, red, and light red. The third aspect of color is a color's intensity. This refers to how bright and intense and vibrant a color is. An example of a color with high intensity might be the reddest red you've ever seen. An example of a lower intensity color is a red that's kind of dull and grayed out. As an example of this, I'm first coloring a pretty bright blue. Next, I'm coloring gray and then coloring that same blue over it. By mixing the gray with the blue, I am lowering the intensity of that blue. It's still considered blue, but it's less intense. The sixth art element is texture. Texture refers to how a surface feels or looks like it feels. Objects in the real world can be rough or smooth or bumpy or scratchy. The surface of a sculpture can be rough or smooth. In a drawing or another kind of two-dimensional flat artwork, we can make things look like they are rough or smooth or soft or fuzzy or bumpy by how we draw lines and shade values. So right now I'm doing a scribbly line, creates its own kind of texture. If I produce a different kind of line, it makes a new texture. And then if I cross lines together, it makes a new texture. The seventh and last art element is space. Space refers to the area between or around things in an artwork. It also refers to distance into an artwork, depth into an artwork. One method of creating the illusion of space is to change the size of objects in an artwork. Big objects look closer, small objects look further away. Placement is another way. Lower objects look closer, further away objects look higher up on the page. Overlapping objects is another simple way to create the illusion of space. Alright, that wraps up what we're going to learn about the art elements for today in this video. In the next video that I show you, we're going to take a number of these elements and we're going to apply them to a very important but straightforward and basic exercise to improve our drawing and shading skills. What you need to do to wrap up this assignment is to complete these notes that I just did in this video. Then, like I said at the beginning of the video, take a picture and post them to the assignment in the Google Classroom. Thanks a lot. Good luck.